I love kids because they're always doing things and saying things that you don't expect them to say.
Straight-faced Drake or smiling Drake?
Yay!
Play it again.
Abram.
Abram what?
Abram Coop.
Oh. Abigail.
My name's Alexis. Hi.
All right, Austin. Can you play something for me? All right, Drake. How you feeling there, Kim?
Good.
All right.
God?
The ultimate.
I'm Catholic.
He's the ultimate authority. You know, he sent Jesus into the world.
I'd say he's like a supervisor.
God's more than just a person to me, I guess. He's almost like a family member.
He's just in heaven, you know. I don't think he has a form.
God is everything.
Everything. Our creator, he's kind of like a father in a way. He's an overlooker who watches you and guides you in your path.
He's my father.
Because he's so close to me, I know that he someday can always turn around, they'll be there. Like kind of like an older brother. He's there to protect me and to guide me and everything. I know he won't let anything bad happen to me.
He takes the little steps to make sure you know he cares. But he's not he doesn't go on and do everything because you gotta do it on your own.
A perfect father always loves, and a perfect father always has time, and a perfect father always looks out for what's best for you. And a perfect father helps you achieve what it is that you want, as long as that's what's best. And I think that's who God the Father is to me.
He can be anything. Like, he could be you. We don't know.
The ultimate sacrifice, the perfect human, the ideal Christian.
And Jesus is God's son.
Well, Jesus is God's son, but, you know, Trinity, they're the same.
The one who created Earth and everybody.
I guess he's kind of the goal.
The guy that's on the cross whenever you go into church.
I respect him so much because he walked on the earth and became a human like we are.
He's what we as Christians should strive to be.
He's the one
And he
that
knows,
takes care of everyone
but he knows what
to help them live
it
everyday
wasn't.
life.
Yeah, he does.
Like, you'll never actually be him, but he's like that, the record for whatever sport you're playing, that it's unbeatable, but you still strive to beat it, or at least get to it.
Who's God the Holy Spirit to you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's get the third Trinity.
Who and what you accept into your heart.
We have this personification for God the Father, and we have this personification for God the Son, but for God the Holy Spirit, we don't really.
He's there for me all the
Can
time.
I get him running back?
And he helps you throughout the day.
You ever talk to the Holy Spirit?
Yeah, during like prayer time.
God, the Holy Spirit, is the best of all
Why?
because he lives inside me. Prayer is the most important thing because it's talking to Jesus.
I don't know how to pray.
He already knows what I'm going to say before I say it, so it really, you know, you think, well, I don't really have to tell him things.
All of those questions kind of like flew over my head. They didn't matter anymore because I realized I was so close to him. I was able to talk to him and just kind of feel his presence there now. Before, I did feel kind of, I don't know, like it was kind of weird for me to be talking to myself because I didn't really know he was there. But now I just have, I don't know what changed. I have this connection with him. I know like I can almost feel his presence there, and I know that I can talk to him whenever.
But,
never really thought about
he
that.
wants you to tell him everything about your life and
He
everything.
can hear all your thoughts.
When I was younger, I didn't even know that there were people that weren't raised as Christian. And when I realized that there were, I started wondering if people that aren't raised as Christians think of themselves as right, like I automatically do. I was raised a Christian.
So we're just kind of born into it.
My parents are both Christian. My family on both sides is Christian.
My relationship with Jesus
You're
is
not gonna code the game.
pretty much like
No,
any
no,
other
but I guess
Christian
what Bob
that's
said,
been to church.
Because I can't not. There's nothing to not be able to believe about it.
I didn't really understand it at first, but when I hit about, I'd say probably close to 5 and 6, is when I started really thinking about it.
Everything that gets sent to me. Everything. All the good things, even the bad.
I meant like here, where
I
it's like a
gotcha.
really big thing.
It's like a big deal. It's
Yeah,
an
it's not
individualized
just-
thing as
it's
opposed to
not-
something everybody does.
Yeah, because like we're with a big group. It's not individual.
Yeah, I get you.
Like I was raised one. When I hit 6, I asked God into my heart, and was saved, and that's when I started really looking into what it meant. So I'd say that's about when I became a full-fledged Christian.
When I first asked Jesus in my life, I was like 4 years old, and I was really scared about what was going to happen to me.
Yeah, that's.
And my
something
brother
else that-
just said,
Yeah.
Jesus is on your side, and he'll protect you the whole way through your life. And just to hold on, because you will have a bumpy ride, but
Well, and I
gotta be on your
tried
side
to
no matter
tell Bob
what.
at times, I said, when
I was pretty young, but I still struggled. It was a change. I think it was a change from me being just a little kid to just a little kid that pays attention and looks into things.
I was going to church for a few weeks, and I started reading the Bible, and then I started talking to my dad, and he started, he let me understand it more better.
It made it harder to some degree because you had to question your faith and make sure it was strong. But it made it easier because you had someone to turn to and someone to pray to.
I started going here, and it made me understand more better, and so I finally asked God into my heart.
There were some times when I would go out on my own and just talk to God. It was like I had a therapist, sort of, someone to just discuss what I was going through with.
I think before I was saved, I was a little more, I'd say I didn't really pay attention to what really the Bible said and about what I should and shouldn't do. And now I'm a little bit more aware of what I do and what's around me.
It probably happened around the time that Grandpa was diagnosed with cancer. My family has had it, it's been hit really hard, and I knew that, I wasn't going to have him very much longer, so I needed him there specifically for me because I knew my dad would be shaky about it and I couldn't have him. I couldn't rely on him as much as I should. And besides my dad, I was close to my grandpa anyways, besides my mom. And I really know that I needed some extra help that my parents wouldn't be able to give me and my friends wouldn't be able to give me. So I turned toward him and he just welcomed me completely.
And when it doesn't
My
happen,
church in Ohio
it's not aggravated.
was a Baptist like this, and
Yeah,
ev-
it didn't go the way
I
I wanted
knew
it,
everyone
you know,
there.
What's up?
they were all friendly, and everyone
Because he doesn't always
was
let it go on.
just
And he does it for a reason.
cool the way they looked up to Jesus. And
Here's people is so good. I love them.
The first church I went to was
long time ago.
Cary Chapel which is the church that I used to be youth minister at too, but this was before then. And I was a week old.
Well, as everyone knows, I'm Catholic, and I went to St. Peter's.
I don't remember what it was called. It was the one in Holt.
I went to church just working. I didn't do pray, kind of. I haven't read our Bible.
Uh-huh.
I've been to church ever since I was little. From day one that I've been at a hospital when I was born to now, I've been to church.
Not really intelligence, but
So I've always been with the church. We don't do the whole salvation thing, where you go up before the church and say you want to be saved. We're just baptized and then you go through First Communion. And I recently went through confirmation. And past that, it's like marriage or holy orders or something like that. So we're just kind of born into it.
I decided I want to get baptized on my birthday, my 18th birthday, July 26th. I really decided I want to be baptized now. I start my life, so I can start brand new with my new life with him.
To be honest, my church in Ohio and this church has been the best church.
give them
My parents.
And my parents.
My dad, definitely, and my mom.
My whole family, mostly.
It's definitely my family.
Most of my influences come from you.
The pastor.
Brother Don,
He was funny. He had short gray hair.
because he was the preacher I had when I became a Christian. He took me aside and made sure I knew what I was talking about, and the way that he paid attention and actually cared if I understood it had a pretty big impact.
So,
Pastor
all
David
kids do
here
those kind of things, I guess, don't they?
and everyone in
But
this
so,
group.
I guess when,
David, Joyce, and Patty, because she helped me throughout whenever I was asking to be saved, and my dad was a big help.
My parents, of course, they taught me wrong from right.
and Drake, I don't know.
My pastor from my old church.
My friends here at church and all my teachers.
They told me to pray to God and that I should be a good person.
I'd say my friend Ryan had a pretty big influence because he was a pretty strong Christian and he was a couple years older and kind of the big brother role model.
Patty, I talked to her like after youth group when she drove me home. I talked to her about being saved, and she would help me about the information about it, and she would say that it's okay, you should go ahead and talk to pastor about it. And so she just helped me along the way.
David, Brian, Goose. Because you really showed me Jesus coming to youth group in Sunday school. Because this is the first time I ever really went over the Bible and really talked about it and wanting to hear my opinion.
Joyce, first, me and Joyce didn't really talk very much, but now we're really close, and she really showed me a good understanding about the Bible.
Moving here, I've seen lots of adults that I've bonded with have shown me that it's not just about smiling and being happy that God's with you, but on the inside really appreciating it, or waking up in the morning and actually being thankful when you pray to God and be glad for.
We went to this church in Fulton, and I had this pastor, and I had a good friendship with him.
Mom, Dad, aunts, uncles, my kids,
Including me.
including Abby, because they put me on the spot and they ask me questions that I don't necessarily know the answers to, but I got to think of them anyway. And a lot of times, the things that come out of my mouth I know came straight from the Holy Spirit and not from me. So.
Okay.
And then my grandpa Albert, he never misses church.
Warm water, mission trips. The last one we went to really showed me that I needed to appreciate the things I had.
Yeah.
My grandpa, who passed away in 2008,
Because I don't,
Praying on the other team
was a full-fledged Christian. And once he died, I didn't know what to do.
Doesn't mean he's gonna allow us to win, but I think what we've kind of concluded for like our
I thought that was it.
team, we realized that
But then I came to this church and I've been great.
we get something else out of it.
How to deal with when my mom and my stepdad were getting together.
When you get up there and sing in front of the whole church, do you get nervous?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Very nervous.
My temper isn't really getting to me as much as it used to.
Is that hard to understand sometimes what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much. People make fun of me, but every time they do, I know God's on my
I
side
think he thinks he's
to
still
help me.
I still have mornings that I'm not really sure I'm sincere, that I'm grateful that I woke up in time for school, or
Had a really bad one recently. My grandmother passed away. And whenever that happened, first of all, just shock. Just utter shock. You don't believe it. And then you just hate everybody. I just did not want to talk to God. I disliked him. I did not agree with what he did. And in a way, I still haven't accepted it. It's hard, but I know it might have been the right thing. Yeah, it's stuff like that that's hard, losing people. Yeah.
Probably when I was little and making decisions on when my parents were splitting up.
sometimes I feel like it's a struggle to keep a strong faith.
Even in those struggles, I know that he's telling me just to walk away, don't fear that, and I'm perfect the way I am.
I struggle completely because, like I said, I like to read in everything.
In the end, I always know that there's a God, and I have faith, but sometimes it's hard to think about that. And it doesn't really roll over when you're scared.
I'd be a very depressing person. I'd probably be, I don't know.
Probably be really hard. I mean, to not have someone to pray to or talk to whenever you're feeling sad. It's like not having a best friend.
Thank you for giving us a Youth Sunday and a chance for the youth to speak out to the church.
This group of kids really, they know a lot more about Christ and religion than I expect them to lots of times. They're pretty mature Christians. It's fun.
Large crowds, like singing at the baccalaureate and stuff, really makes me nervous.
Ooh, you can sing. That's
So,
great.
why do you sing if you're so nervous?
Yes.
Because it's a gift that God gave me, and I feel like I should use it. Why do you do this?
Because nobody else knows how to do it. I work at Flash.
Work at Flash. You like that? What's better, working at Flash or running sound?
Depends on the day.
Really? Because you're so old now.
I know. This was back because they just
color.
threw me up on the dinosaur.
Yeah, the
And we
dinosaurs.
rode into the cave, and that's where we went to church.
Oh, something's done.
How is Kim mean to you?
What?
Kim's mean, right? Is she mean at home?
Before
Does Kim snore?
snore,
Yeah, does she? When she's asleep, she go.
I can understand because my sleep is so deep.
So we're kids.
Jake, ask her a question.
You call us kids. You call us
Can I call
We
you
are
kids?
kids.
I
We
can't
call
call
us
you
kids.
kids?
No.
It's called teens.
Teens, I'm sorry.
Young adults.
Wow, raging. Yeah, that's bad.
Are you
Okay.
recording all this? You're
Yes.
not-
Yes.
One dog and one cat.
What are their names?
Dog name is Choco
Choco?
and cat name is Leo.
Rail? Mm-hmm. That's cute. What does Choco mean?
she came my home is February 14. So February 14 is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's like our Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So name is Choco.
That's cool. All right. And what about Rayo?
I mean, it's nothing. I just
Nothing, it's just a name?
yeah.
Okay.
I like name.
Like Fido. Here, we have Fido. All right. All right. Tell me about your pets.
My pet?
Yeah, you have a pet?
I have a dog.
You have a dog? What's your dog's name?
Carrie?
Carrie, like from the movie Carrie, like the car?
I don't know. I just,
Did you name it Carrie?
yeah.
Why'd you name it Carrie?
I think whenever we first got her, I was just thinking of like TV shows. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Their mom's name was Carrie.
Oh, Zach and Cody. All right.
Okay.
At the end of all this, we've got to give an account. We've got to stand before the throne of God, and we've got to say, hey, you know what? I either did my best or I didn't. And I think if he gives you a gift, that it's your responsibility to use it, whether it's great or small. I mean, I don't think there are any small. I mean, I think all of us, you know, people are behind the scenes and people are in front of them, but we're all... Yeah, that's all I got on that one.
Didn't you just say that the Holy Spirit was your favorite thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have more than one
You can't have
favorite.
two favorites.
I
Okay.
can
Pick
have
one.
all three favorites if I want to.
No, I'm good.
No, sit down.
I'm good. You guys
Oh, yeah.